afternoon. I'm Jessica Cartalia. Here are some of the stories that WJZ is working on this afternoon.
I'm Alex Dimitrick. It seems far-fetched, but traveling 700 miles per hour in a Hyperloop tube is picking up steam. Today on WJZ and WJZ.com, why Maryland is hoping to someday go along for the ride.
Hey everyone, Rick Ritter here with WJZ. Today we're working on a story about Baltimore's metro system. Of course, a couple of days ago, they made that announcement that the entire system would be shut down due to some wear and tear on the rails and how it could lead to a potential derailment. Obviously a scary situation, so they certainly need to get that fixed. But now a new report has surfaced saying the Maryland Transit Administration, they knew about these problems back in 2016, but the trains continued to run for more than a year without anything being done about it. Well, it's a story that has certainly created some controversy for sure, and we're going to have a lot more on it coming up on WJZ at 5 and 6 o'clock tonight.
Hi, I'm Pat Warren here with Malia Cromer of the Goucher College, and we have a new poll out that says some things about what you might be able to expect as the campaign gets closer to that November election date. Larry Hogan is really consistent.
He's really consistent. He's at 61% approval rating again, which is basically the same number we found back in September, which is really similar to the number we found back last February, this time last year. And so throughout his entire time in office, he's been able to maintain this approval rating. But I think our attention will now start to turn away from just approval rating to re-elect rate, where there's certainly a gap between his approval rating and the re-elect rate at 47% right now.
And we have to talk about what he has to do in order to widen that, to break that 50% mark.
So the big thing for him is to appeal to more Democrats. So right now, when we start to look at the party breakup of his re-elect rate, he's sitting at around 30% of Democrats are now at least leaning towards or definitely voting for Governor Hogan. So he needs to increase, if he wants to break that 50% mark, he's going to have to increase the amount of Democrats that are in his camp, or make sure he gets a large majority of those independents. To do that, however, his keys are continuing to distance himself from President Trump and continue to govern like a moderate. So he needs to make sure that Democrats view him as a moderate, which by and large our polls suggest right now that they do.
Thank you. Stay tuned to WJZ for more.
Much more on these stories coming up on WJZ at 4, 5, and 6.